Hey, buddy, John here. So I haven't made a state of the economy or anything like that lately. I think it's time for an update, and I think we may be in the last act of the play, if you will. And I don't know how we get out of it. And here's why. Since the election, historically, when we've had elections, basically part of the country is upset and part of the country is happy, and life sort of goes on with the idea that the people who lost the election, well, we'll get you next time. I don't really feel like that's what we've got now. I still feel a great polarization between the Republicans, more the Trumpers, if you will, and the liberals, Democrats. Okay, I hear and see a lot of poking and antagonizing and this kind of stuff, even still going on. And so, because of that, the the animosity still exists, and that's a problem because people are blaming one another and blaming the other party and blaming uh, Biden. They're blaming the religious. They're blaming the blacks. They're blaming the Christians. They're blaming the Jews. They're blaming the Chinese over the virus. I mean, it's easier to blame than it is to accept responsibility. But the economy is really bad off, and I don't really blame anybody. I think it was because of a perfect combination of some worldly events. Because, mind you, the U.S. is not the only country that's experiencing a recession and inflation. This is a worldwide issue, and it is in part because of the pandemic. And as a result of the pandemic, production lines and all this kind of stuff, personnel that were retained, supply chains, all this stuff shrank or imploded or went away simply. And in our case here in the country, that stimulus money that was being given out to sort of help people stay at home and pay the rent and stuff may have been a little early with regards to what it was trying to accomplish and when. Because now we don't really have that opportunity, and now is sort of when we could use it. Although, use it on what? Because the supply chains, a lot of them are drying up or stalled at the moment. Uh, I saw eggs the other day for 4.25, and gasoline is over 5, and diesel is close to 6. Now, people look at that, well, you just tighten your belt. But the problem is the people who, it's a trickle down thing. The people who are self-employed contractors who are hauling goods, the guy who bought a van and is a sub for Amazon delivering locally and stuff, he's having a really hard time now because diesel is so high. Uh, it's not working. I mean, the guy who ran the pizzeria uh, and had to let a few of his staff go, now flour's gone up in price because fertilizer's gone up in price because the cost of bringing the crop in with the diesel running tractors has gone up in price, and the cost of processing the grain into flour has gone up, and the cost of the fuel to heat the grain to dry it so that they can process it's gone up, and the price of running it at the mill has gone up because the electricity's gone up because uh, I mean, you name it. I don't know where it stops, but it doesn't. Everything is sort of gone up a little, and that magnifies it to the point that, I was watching something this morning that said really inflation values are closer to a 17% increase over last year versus what they are saying really of like 5%. And I believe that. I think it's closer to 17%. And we are seeing here in Oregon a lot more homeless. I mean, a lot more homeless. And a lot more homeless in situations that no longer feel safe to be around. And by that I mean go into Portland, go to Pioneer Square, and during the day you're seeing open drug deals and people going to the bathroom right there on the sidewalk, and people carrying weapons and stuff, and not really the place it used to be. And because it's a downward spiral of people losing their jobs and people not being able to pay for stuff. I mean, we only go to town now. You used to go to town once a week shopping. Now we go to town twice a month. We don't eat out when we go out. So these are all things that we used to do that now we're not doing. And if everybody else is doing the same thing, now the Thai restaurant we used to go to just closed. This kind of stuff. I don't know how to get out of this. I don't know any easy way. And I think the economy is going to be really bad off for quite a few years. And that's all I got. Anyway, if you have any comments, do me a favor, leave them down below. Otherwise, God bless. All right, talk to you later. John out. Bye.